Hello. My name is Jaden. Welcome to my channel. I'm a stay-at-home mom and wife, but I'm also the owner of Brown Sugar Stationery and Print Shop. I'm a small business located in Massachusetts. I do have a brick and mortar store, but I also am online and Etsy. So I'll link all of like my socials, website, and Etsy in the description box. But yeah, so jumping right into it, I actually decided to start a channel to kind of document my life as a stay-at-home mom and business owner slash artist, because it's a little bit unique. I kind of don't have a set schedule and I'm into a lot of different things. I have so many different hobbies, and I felt like it'd be cool to document that. So here I am. As you can see here, I'm actually working on my magnetic bookmarks, which this was the first week of April and I had my shop update. So this was for that. And yeah, it was very interesting. I was very stressed out. I had so much to do. But I'm working in Procreate right now, and I kind of was working from a sketch I previously did. I was really thinking of doing like potted plants, and I wanted the backing card to kind of look like a house. So with that, I'll let you guys watch me sketch. I was using Pinterest for reference photos in the beginning for the first two plants, but then I realized, I was like, wait, like I have plants in my living room. So I went downstairs, took pictures of them, and I realized I'm like, I'm not the best plant mom. So a lot of my plants are pretty much dead, but we'll talk about that a different time. And yeah, so I just kind of picked the best out of the bunch and used that for my reference, and I loved how these came out. I really enjoyed it. I'm using Procreate to draw, and I love Procreate. I like to think that I'm pretty proficient in it because that's pretty much all I use. I really do not like Illustrator or Photoshop. It's just not my cup of tea. I'll use it if I have to, but I really don't like using it. I love the interface with Procreate and just the Apple Pencil. I don't know, I really like it. It was my first, like, what I started using when I first started digital art, so I've always leaned towards Procreate. But yeah, so kind of how I went about this is my first time making magnetic bookmarks. Let's start off there. And I decided that I really wanted to test it out first because I didn't want to just like jump in head first without any trial and error, and it was super easy. So I was like, oh, perfect, I'll make sets. I came up with so many ideas just from realizing that it wasn't that hard. So the products that I used to create these bookmarks was a printer. I used a Cricut, but you can always use a paper cutter like a guillotine, and magnets. So I have a Canon Pixma IX6820 printer. It's an inkjet printer, has a lot of different capacities. The color prints are amazing. I've used them since I started my stationery business and before that. I've never had any issues, really love it. And okay, I should say I've never had any issues that actually have to do with the printer. It's more so user error, so that's on me, but I've always loved Canon products. I do use their paper as well, so when I do my greeting cards, I use their 7x10 double-sided greeting card paper, and then for art prints or anything else, I use their double-sided 8.5x11 paper. And the color always comes out amazing on it. I never have to do much tweaking. It's very true to, what I've designed. So that's why I really love them. I also used my Cricut. Now, like I said, you could either use your Cricut, a guillotine, or if you have a silhouette machine, whatever. It's just much easier and quicker to do it with a cutting machine rather than using a guillotine. I also ended up getting magnets from Michaels, and what I really liked about them was that it came in a long strip. You only need a very small amount of magnets, and you can just cut off what you need, put it to the perfect size that you need, and it has an adhesive strip, so I was able to not have to use any glue, which cut my time in half, because you don't have to wait for it to dry or anything. The one thing I do suggest is after you cut the magnets, find where they line up and stick to each other best, because I did find that certain spots of the magnets don't kind of magnetize together like perfectly. So I just kind of tested them out at first, slapped them on after I was finished cutting the bookmarks out with the printer, and then attached them to the backing card. So drawing this cactus was my favorite part. I love drawing cacti, and I loved how the pink and green like worked together. I absolutely hate pink, but I love it when you can like put it together with green, and that's kind of what I did for all the plant pots. But I loved how it looked, super cute, and I love doing the little spiky parts on the cactus. Like I said earlier, I did do a lot of trial and error as far as sizing and measurements. I literally took out a book and measured different size of bookmarks, folded and not folded, to see how I wanted it to be. Because I didn't want to print out a bunch of these and waste material, so I was able to set up the different sizes on the Cricut design space and print them out and put the magnets on and test out which ones I liked best. So as you can see here, I'm just airdropping it to my Mac, putting it in design space for Cricut, and I was on my way. Like it didn't take much at all, and I was able to fit, so it's a set of 3 plants per set, and I was able to fit, I believe, 2 sets on one 8.5 by 11, which was great, because one thing I don't like about Cricut is you have to do it within like the parameters of the design space, and I think it's 6.25 by 9.75 or something like that. So if you're printing on in 8.5 by 11, that's also it's gonna waste a lot of paper, and I hate that. Especially as you know, a small business owner, you want to save money as much as possible, and it might not sound like a lot, but when you're doing like hundreds of different prints or bookmarks or anything, and you're kind of wasting a lot of paper when you think about it. But whatever, it is what it is. You kind of have to pick your battles, because I know I would have spent way more money manufacturing this out rather than making it myself. So you kind of have to eat the cost at some point. So here I'm going in and sizing each bookmark to the same width and height, as well as making sure they're all set to print and cut. And you also want to make sure that you do print to using system dialog settings, and that will just allow you to better be able to control your print quality. So when I do that, it always pops up behind the Cricut Design Space window, and it's just always done that for me. I don't know why. I've heard it does the same thing to other people. So just make sure that you check behind that window if it's taken a little bit too long to show up. Also, you're gonna see in the left corner that I love Jersey Shore. I watch it whenever I'm doing art or anything. So it's either Jersey Shore, Golden Girls, The Office, or like whatever crummy reality TV. I don't know. I love it. It's just a good pastime for me. So I printed the backing for the house plan bookmark set. I love it. It's super cute. I couldn't decide on if I wanted to do like these purple curtains, pink like I have here, or blue, but I like the pink a lot. And I know like the vases are pink, but I don't know. I just really like the pink. The purple, I don't know. I didn't really like it. But just coming to like rant really quick, because like as I'm doing this and like I'm stressed. I've been stressed for like 2 days. Just like thinking about like posting and stuff. And oh my God, I'm falling off my chair. I realized that like I find myself getting super stressed out about like posting and like taking pictures of my work. It's like I'm not the best photographer, and like just taking product photos can be hard, but I find myself like getting overwhelmed, and then I'm like being too critical of my stuff, and it's like so stressful. But I realized too that it's from, you know, scrolling on social media and stuff, and then you see like these other products that people sell, and like it looks so aesthetically pleasing, and to try and like I'm trying to live up to that standard for myself, but it gets hard. So yeah, I think that's why I'm procrastinating right now, but we'll get there. Yeah, so I'm gonna take some product photos of this, and then I have some like other bookmarks and stuff I have to take pictures of, and I have to post because it's 12 p.m. and everything goes live in 3 hours. So I need to make sure everything's squared away, all the links work, and yeah. So I guess I should get moving. And I need to clean up my like studio space. So like I have my my shop, which is like separate. It's like 15 minutes from my house, maybe a little bit less, which is great, but it's only about 500 square feet, so it's not like super big, and there's not a lot of storage. So I do like all of my work here, and like majority of my product making here at my house in my attic. So that's where I'm at right now, and the area is kind of like small. So I have not only like my recreational like canvases and stuff that I use for when I just paint for myself, but I also have like all of my supplies, like printers, Cricut, like everything for when I'm doing stuff for the shop. Yeah, so everything's everywhere right now. And we just got some dresses from IKEA, and a kitchen for my daughter, as well as like a little desk because I'm gonna be homeschooling her. So I have to put, we have like boxes from all that stuff. And then like clothes donations that I need to go drop off that I've been procrastinating with. So yeah, I'm actually gonna stop procrastinating now and finish the backing cards for the clay pins, and I'll show you guys that when I'm done. So at this point I was finished with printing everything out and cutting it on my Cricut, and I wanted to see if I had any cello bags that fit, which I was adamant. I was like, yes I do, I know I do. I have extras of like my 5x7. No, I didn't. So I was trying to make it work with these longer ones and it just looked like shit. So I was like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna use it. I can't bring myself to use it. Yes, it works fine, like I could save money and it does it, like it has the same purpose, but I just didn't like how it looked. So I was like, you know what, I'll test out like some other ones that I have like 6x9s and stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't put my name on something that looks like that, even though it's just the packaging. I was very fed up. I was very irritated at this point. After the cello bag dilemma, I was so mad and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go start my greenhouse right now. So I ended up using the Jiffy greenhouse kit from Lowe's. My husband went and picked it up a few weeks ago, and I've been dying to do herbs and like have it in my house. So I was like, you know what, I've got a green thumb. I really don't, but I'm gonna make like I do. And I didn't use any, like I didn't do any research or anything. I kind of just went with what it said on the kit, and I pulled out all of my seeds and started planting. So I had to pre-soak everything. It was super fun and like therapeutic. So I kind of went through, did everything. My hands got dirty, but it felt good to do something that has purpose, and I can't wait to show you guys like all of my herbs. I'm gonna cook with them. I ended up planting lavender, thyme, cilantro, green onion, rosemary, just a lot of like what I would use to cook or like in teas and stuff. And once I was done, I just ended up putting it in the landing of my apartment door just because it gets a lot of good sunlight. So it's the next day and I'm going through my to-do-ist. I believe that's how you say the app, but I just kind of do all of my like work to-dos and everything on this and got ready for the day. I wanted to hurry up and get my to-do list together because I have to go pick up an invitation order later. Hey y'all, so I'm in the car right now. I'm about to head to go pick up my invitation order that I was talking about earlier. Well, not the invitations, the envelopes. The place is about 30 minutes away, so they opened at 9. It's 9:05 now. I want to get there, get back, so then I can head to the shop and go pick up some packaging supplies. I have a few other things that I have to go grab, but yeah, it's a day full of things today. My shop update, like I said, is at 3, so I have like so much I need to get done before then. Yeah, so I will update you guys once I get the envelopes and I'm headed back to the shop. I'm gonna put the phone down because it's not safe to drive with your phone in your hand. So bye. Got the order. I'm sweating and out of breath because I parked kind of far because I didn't really know where the place was. This is my first time like picking up from the warehouse, so I need to exercise because I am too out of breath. It wasn't that bad of a walk, but it's freezing out too and the wind is like blowing like crazy. So I'm gonna head back to the house now, and then yeah, well actually no, I'm not gonna head to the house. I actually have to go to the shop, so I'm gonna do that and then go about my day. Yeah, all right, I will see you guys in a little bit. So I didn't get any footage of me stopping at the shop just because I was only dropping off the product for the client and I didn't want to like record that. So you can see me finishing up the magnetic bookmarks that I made. These are just the single ones. I had like 4 or 5 designs that I did, and those are up on my Etsy as well as my shop. So these are the backing cards. I came up with a super cute idea. I've seen people do it with like stickers and stuff, but it's because I'm a stationery company, I wanted to make backing cards that like have to do in stationery. So I did like lined paper, and I was like, oh, I could do like hole punches on it and it would look like freaking paper. No. So number one, this guillotine, I like it. I got it from Michael's like a year ago. It came with a lifetime warranty. It's a Friskers, I think. It's good for like small projects. I do not recommend it for larger or like thicker paper, just because it's just not the best. I eventually want to get an industrial one, but they're kind of expensive. I'll get that down the line. It's not pertinent right now. But my idea for the freaking hole punches, I have a cheap hole punch, and I don't know if it's because I have small hands. I don't have petite hands, but they're small, and I don't know, maybe I have joint pain. I don't know, but my hand was bruised for like 2 days after doing this. I had to do 3 hole punches on all these backing cards, and it was killing my hand. I was so irritated, and it got to the point, like as you see now, I stacked like 2 of them together trying to like do it faster, but it only hurt my hand more. So I kind of shot myself in the foot for wanting to add that little detail, but maybe I can find like a hole punch that is better. I don't know. So I actually also designed these in Procreate, the backing cards, and I use Procreate and Adobe Express. I really like Adobe Express because it's almost like a fusion of like Canva, Procreate, and Illustrator. I really love it, and you're able to like put your brand colors in there and logo and stuff. See, as you can see here, I'm like massaging my hand because it hurts so bad, and I did like 50 of these. Like what you see on the table is nothing. I had already done so many of them, and I was trying to distract myself with Jersey Shore in the background, but it really wasn't working. Hi y'all, so it's 6:26. Just ate dinner. Husband brought us a pistachio cinnamon roll from Bakey in Boston. So that's great. I'm about to eat that, but the lunch went really good. I was stressed out. I ended up being able to do pretty much all of my tasks for today. I dropped off that order that I needed to, picked up what I needed to, did the launch without anything going crazy on me. Now what I'm about to do is go on Etsy and set up my shop, because I actually don't have an Etsy shop, so I really want to get that started. That's how I'm gonna end my night. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.